スプライト。何より楽しい今この空海風みんな全部をかけて行くよ Bring it on 上がる息を翼に放せて飛ぼう伸びるコントラクションだって強く描くよ
Okay, welcome back yet again, friends, strangers, and enemies. I am excited right now. You know why? We finally reached 500 subs on YouTube. So, that means that we've met yet another sub goal, and we are finally going to be opening up a Discord server. Actually, let me get the link for that set up. I will pin those in each respective chat. And I will just copy that URL, and I will post that on Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch. Yeah, post it on Twitch as well. And we will keep that pinned there until the stream's conclusion. Link may end up dying out. I am actually keeping the Discord server private, because weirdos. So, yeah. But very, very exciting news. I'm also hoping that this stream we will also be able to see about finishing up Aokana. I think we have 2 chapters left, but depending on what ending we get here, we may have to go through it a couple more times, see about getting our other waifus romanced. But before we do that, let me actually get a Twitter post out as well now that I'm thinking about that. I probably should have done my typical, like, starting soon intro. I'm actually starting a bit late, so I figured I could just jump right into it. You know, let's just do a shorter Twitter message. And we will just add that link. And there we have it. Now it's just the phone hooked up. Really on a bit of a delay here, aren't we? There we go. Okay, that's all charged. And yeah, let's jump back into it, shall we? In his match yesterday, Shindao-san completely overpowered a fighter in a dogfight, even though he's an all-rounder.
まさかファイター相手に V を全く狙わず次のラインに進ませない鳥かご状態にしちゃうとはね。
It ended in a 11-0 victory for Shindao-san. There was a clear difference in skill level for sure, but that's still a ridiculous gap.
私、ああいう試合あまり好きじゃないな。
Yeah, it seemed pretty brutal. Huh. And after watching that match,
遠い目をするな。ちゃんと作戦を考えてきたんでしょうね。
always food with this girl. I'll try. Man, seems like his dogfights improved a ton since training camp. Welcome to Stream Lester Prodigy. Babooby. Yeah, she has some pretty great honker donker doinky boinkies. But welcome, how are you doing?
だね。合宿の時はスピードで翻弄されちゃったし、ドッグファイトじゃ私の方が優勢だったんだけど。
Unfortunately, it seems like he's just as good as her now. Only way I could see Misaki beating him is if we came up with a plan he's never even imagined. I'm guessing you can't just play as a speeder to surprise him, right?
絶対無理。
Then we'll have to bet on the one thing you're good at, dogfights.
そこにしか勝機はないか。
Doing super groovy. Yeah, seems like that's all you could do to win in any match. She's a pure fighter, so we've got no other choice. Honestly, I bet Shindao-san wants to face you in a dogfight. Yesterday's match will probably be his way of challenging Misaki.
あんな形で宣戦布告してくるなんて、進藤さん、人の良さそうな顔して結構熱いとこあるね。
Of course, all the best players do. Otherwise, none of them would have made it through the harsh practice it takes to get good.
私、闘志をむき出しにされるのも苦手だな。
She doesn't like opponents that aren't scary or ones that are overly serious. What's left then? I swear, this girl is real hard to please. Who cares? Only thing you can do at this point is go out there and win.
はいはい、分かってますよ、コーチ。一応合宿の時のリベンジはしておきたいしさ。
I noticed that his aileron roll is a huge weakness.
切りもみね。
It's a maneuver where you dodge the opponent that's coming in from the side by spinning sideways. He was backed into a corner at one point yesterday and used that to dodge, but...
けど
It was slow. His opponent couldn't deal with it. But I know that you're more than fast enough. If you could get him in the same position, you can use that chance to score tons of points. What? Something wrong?
それって進藤さんを私から逃げるという状況に追い込まないといけないわけだよね。
You don't have to outdo him or anything. Just keep engaging him in a dogfight and you'll eventually get the chance to counterattack. Players tend to be vulnerable right after launching an attack. The reason is simple. You have to lower your guard to actually focus on offense. If there's a massive difference in skill, then that chance is worthless. But that's not the case here. And because of that, there's no way Shindao-san can keep on attacking forever. Especially not when he has limited stamina and has to be ready to defend at a moment's notice. Even if he does start to overwhelm Misaki, all she has to do is wait for an opening to strike. If Shindao-san tries an aileron roll, go all in.
つまりこういうこと？切りもみ中の進藤さんの背中を全力で追ってタッチ。
The aileron roll is a move where you spin around the body's central axis, so it'll be hard to slow him down even if you touch him.
その分、切りもみから別の飛行に変えるのに間ができる。ということを言いたい？
Bingo. If you time it right, you can trap him in an aileron roll, which will give you the chance to keep scoring.
そううまくはいかないよね。
Probably not. Still, I think that's the only shot you've got at winning this match. Misaki sighs in exasperation. Exactly. You're only good at scoring in dogfights, so this plan suits you best. That's the spirit. Listen, don't ever lose focus. Misaki could be pretty absent-minded at times. No, wait, maybe it's more accurate to say she's quick to give up. You have a real shot at winning this if you concentrate. Well, kinda. Misaki shoots a cute smile as she says that. Welcome to the stream, Uwu person. How are you doing?
Set!
I hear the sound of the whistle after the short pause. Shino-san flies right off towards the second with a... bear with me just a moment. Oh, it's a, notification from YouTube. Alright. Oh, is this for the application for a partnership program? I'll take a look at this later. Remain calm and help stop Shino-san. Shino-san touches second to score the first point, then speeds up as he rushes down the line towards Misaki. Damn, I'm ballin' tonight? Kinda. Suddenly, Misaki jerks upward. And Shino-san uses the chance to pass below her at terrifying speeds. Huh? Celebratory nyas. Let's try to avoid the nya thing for, this game. I'm not gonna punctuate every sentence I read with a nya when it comes to a visual novel. If you want me to put the cat ears on, though, I'll, do that as a freebie this time. How's that sound? We'll leave the cat ears on, but I'm not gonna be doing any nyas until we do, like, a, action game or something that doesn't require me reading consistently. Oh, you meant to nya nya nya. Oh, sure, go ahead. Why'd you just let that happen? What the hell are you doing? That was your chance to stop him. Misaki's a fighter, so there's no way she's fast enough to chase him now. You'll do that? Woof woof woof? Celebratory woofs, huh? Misaki jumps to the third line as she starts talking to me. That's why you added an H on the last one, but of course you'll accept the free cat ears. I figured you would. A feint?
先回りしようとしたら抜かれちゃった。
How? That's impossible. He didn't slow down at all when he's supposed to use that feint. Don't let him fool you again.
分かってる。
Shino-san touched third right as Misaki positions herself on the third line. Oh, ooh, person, did I make you a mod for my Discord server, by chance? It looks like I haven't. You know what? There you go. You're an advisor now. Since we're opening this up, I need you to keep an eye on this. Just keep an eye on anybody else who may be joining, just in case they're, sus. Like, really gonna need you to, crack down on that when people start tuning in. Not that I think I'll have that much problem with it. Like, for the most part, people who have come here have been pretty cool, but, you know, there's gonna be that one person who's gonna tune in, just, try to cause trouble. You're a Kiwi bird, so chirp chirp. Chirp chirp to you too. Oh, if you're a Kiwi bird, that means I may have to eat you. I may have to eat you, Lesser Prodigy. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, whoops. Wrong fucking toggle. Yeah, you get to see a little Vinny ab there. Take a screenshot, it lasts longer.
次は止めるよ。ちょっと、
Get that fucking smile away from you. That is my Cheshire grin. Shino-san throws in a slightly curved horizontal zigzag while maintaining his speed, and then uses a few easy-to-read feints that consist of him twisting his head in the opposite direction of his motion. And, after that, he begins his final motion, a sharp downward dive. Welcome to stream, Jedi Otter. How you doing? Having fallen for his feints, Misaki has completely lost balance, and Shino-san effortlessly passes her about 4 meters to her side. Misaki's too slow to catch up to him now, which means the score is effectively already 0-3. Why is this happening? Why is she falling for such simple feints? Oh! Damn it, it's all my fault. How did I not notice that the entire last match was a feint? Misaki, Shino-san's not gonna go for a dogfight. You finished watching John Wick Chapter 3, you're also wearing your new pajamas. Neat. I have a new Discord server that's actually pinned at the top if you guys want to join that. I'm actually surprised that you guys didn't notice the link. It is right there. But, yeah. Be sure to check out the rules before you engage, if you decide to join. And also, yes, the $500 thing is real. You can misbehave as much as you want as long as you pay me. He is pulling out all the stops here. The dogfight in his last match was a trap he set for us. He sure did. And you're falling for a simple feint because you're expecting him to go for a dogfight. We kept assuming that he was positioning himself to gain an advantage in a dogfight, but those were all just feints. Damn it all. If only I'd figured that out right away. His speed didn't drop because he was only shifting his shoulders slightly. Misaki's a player who can quickly react to her opponent's actions, which is why she's really good at dogfights. She's a master of reading a person and acting accordingly. However, Shino-san is using that against her. He's abusing her excellent reaction times by shifting around slightly and making her overreact.
どうすればいい？どうすればいい？
Stay calm. You've still got time until he reaches the 4th line. Take a few deep breaths. You gotta go sleep, you want to stop by for a bit? Alright, thanks for dropping by, Uwu person. Maybe I will see you later on today for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Ignore all his feints, don't react to them.
反応するなって言われても。
Shino-san hasn't been doing anything special. He's just advancing forward as fast as he can, and I bet that won't change. It worked twice already, so I give up now. No one in their right mind would give up on a successful strategy this soon. And Shino-san is definitely a logical thinker. Wait. I'm a total moron. I knew all along that Shino-san was someone ruled by logical thought, so why didn't I notice? There's no way an all-rounder would take on a fighter of Misaki's caliber in a dogfight. From now on, think of him as a speeder. He may be fast, but Prez is even faster. Just don't bite on his feints, and you'll stop him in his tracks.
わかった。やってみる。
Shino-san touches 4th while Misaki's on her way to the 4th line. Great. She ends up falling for his feints yet again. Guess the confusion from Shino-san breaking past her twice is still affecting her. Well, that's hardly a surprise, since Misaki lacks mental fortitude. Ooh, burn. She somehow manages to straighten her posture and extend her hand toward Shino-san. Ah, so close. She almost touched his toes there, which is something at least. Don't go after him, Misaki. You can't catch up. Hurry and jump to the 1st line. Misaki jumps to the 1st line as Shino-san touches 1st. And that makes it 0-4. I didn't think this would be so one-sided. What a rough start.
どうしよう。フェイントに体が勝手に反応しちゃう。
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is against the rules, but close your eyes once you're in position on the next line, or 1st line. You're reacting because you see him twitch, right? Then all you have to do is not look and move exactly as I tell you. Don't open your eyes until I say so.
わかった。マサヤを信じる。
Alright, more Resident Evil 4. Yeah, more Resident Evil 4. Gonna be doing that later on today, probably 6 o'clock, 6:30 Central Time. Shino-san propels himself along the 1st line right as Misaki takes up position on it. Just trust me.
わかってる。
I fix my eyes on Shino-san. Huh? Shino-san has noticed that... Now! Open your eyes and fly forward fly towards your 9 at full speed.
オッケー。
Misaki pounds into Shino-san from below right as she transitions from climb to descent using his zigzag.
やっ
Misaki's hand touches Shino-san's chest, which results in him being repelled upward. Nice job, Misaki! She managed to make him go flying off in the opposite direction. Must have cut his speed a great deal. Plus, Misaki's recovery speed is faster because she's a fighter.
一度触れば。
A fighter's spirit tends to crumble when they can't touch their opponents. But that also means actually touching them lights a fire under them. The idea that you can turn the tide and take control of a match is rather encouraging. Yesterday I was supposed to rest. It's on my schedule. Yeah, since I'm on work leave for the time being, I kinda decided to do a day stream. Like, the stuff that's on the printed schedule there, that's like a, that's for my early morning streams, like this one. And I kind of did do that. Like, I was working on review stuff yesterday instead of doing a early morning stream. But day streams, those are kind of slightly, unscheduled, sort of. But, yeah. While I'm currently on work leave, I kinda just do whatever I want. Misaki touches Shino-san's chest, again, right as he begins to regain his balance. And by doing that, she pushes him upward and slows him further. Misaki, this is your chance. Pass him and go for his back.
Okay.
Misaki uses the fast initial speed of a fighter to twist her body like a snake and slip behind Shino-san. She successfully touches Shino-san's back despite his attempt to evade. And as a result, he's repelled back towards the last buoy he touched. That's 1 to 4. Wait, that's 1 to 4. Didn't she? She touched him twice, though. Shouldn't that have been 2 points? Nice. Take this chance to keep scoring. Grav shoes are an anti-gravity device, but that doesn't mean that you're completely free from the influence of gravity. It still pulls on you, but the shoes provide an opposing force to mostly counteract it. That's why you gain more speed when you're going down than when you're going up. And right now, Misaki is directly above Shino-san. She can reach him in an instant.
Shindo-san, 練習試合の時みたいにバチバチやりましょうよ。
できればやりたくないんだけどね。
Shino-san levels out his back to the water's surface, then spreads his arms and legs out to balance himself. That is a way to regain balance, but it also kills your speed. Shino-san wants to do a reversal.
大丈夫。その前に上から押さえ込んで潰すから。
A reversal is a maneuver when you slip right behind an opponent that's coming in from above to steal the upper position. Shino-san's neck and shoulders shift to the right from Misaki's perspective, which makes it apparent that he wants to pass by that side of her.
進藤さんにはこのまま下にいてもらいます。
Misaki tilts her body to the right to get in his way, but crap. Next thing I know, Shino-san does a contortion roll, moving both his legs to her right side in the process. Shino-san's face, which was just on Misaki's right, suddenly moves to her left, and then he uses his legs as an anchor to straighten his body once more. Misaki had been approaching him from high speeds, so it must have looked like he suddenly disappeared.
バチバチやろうか。
Shino-san slips past Misaki's left side right away, looms above her, and... he touches Misaki's back. That brings the score to 1 to 5. Damn it, Misaki's lack of self-control is killing her. An opponent who's attempting a reversal can't move very fast, so she should have approached him slowly. If she did, she wouldn't have fallen for his feint just now. But because she didn't think before she acted... Okay, I need to relax. No point crying over spilled milk. We wanted a dogfight all along, so this works just fine. Shino-san is off balance right now. Go get him. He touched Misaki's back while he was doing the reversal, which threw him away from her. And as a fighter, Misaki's recovery time is a lot quicker. Misaki charges toward Shino-san as he floats above her. Nice. She's coming in from the side as she aims for his back. This is exactly what we wanted. Go, Misaki. Now's your chance. Shino-san tries to escape using an Eilon roll, and having anticipated that, Misaki acts or reacts accordingly. We can do this. We got him on the ropes. We can beat Shino-san. Wait, what? There's something off about Shino-san's movements. Feels almost like he's letting Misaki... Shit. No, don't touch him. I didn't catch on fast enough. That's 2 to 5. Shino-san completely ignores Misaki and uses the repellent force from her touch to enter perfect flight form. That's right, she pushed him right towards the next buoy. He used her to get a speed boost. And since Misaki's been thrown in the opposite direction, she has no chance of catching up. Damn it. I'm such an idiot. I suppressed the urge to toss my headset. How'd I make such a rookie mistake? Shindo-san even told us he didn't want a dogfight, but I still let him trick me. The thought that he was trying to use her never even crossed my mind. Misaki, jump to the second line now. Don't lose focus. It's not over till it's over. She sounds dead inside. In the end, Shindo-san scores 2 additional points through buoy touches, and the match ends with a score of 2-7. I thought she'd be depressed about her loss, but oddly enough, she looks happy. Did you go and thank Shindo-san and Satuin-san for the match?
してきた。ありがとうございます。勉強になりましたって。
Wait, what? How? Didn't expect to hear her say that. A light smile forms on Misaki's face as she begins to speak.
いやー、圧倒的に負けちゃったけど、見た目ほど圧倒的じゃなかったと思うんだよね。
How exactly?
そもそも、進藤さんがバチバチで来ると思ってたから、序盤に一気に4点も取られたわけで、そういう思い込みがなければ展開は違ったはずだし。
True.
攻撃にしても、切りもみとリバーサルで判断ミスしたのって、私の慌てすぎだし、もっと言えば経験不足ってことだよね。
Right, those mistakes could have been avoided. I'm also partly to blame too.
進藤さんってさ、全国で最強クラスなわけでしょ？
Yeah, he is. Why?
もっと練習すれば、私だってそこまでいけるかもなーなんて。どうしてびっくりした顔をするの？
You do realize that means taking practice a lot more seriously, right? Misaki turns to look at me with a dead serious expression on her face.
分かってる。今はそういう気分なんだからいいじゃない。
She smiles bashfully after saying that. A little while after my talk with Misaki, another Kunahama player brings up something even more surprising.
すごいです。
Asuka bobs her head up and down, looking beyond excited.
まさか2回も勝てるとは思ってませんでした。
That's right. Asuka's actually managed to win her match. She got pretty lucky with her matchups, but it takes more than that to win 2 in a row. Asuka's a total beginner who lost all her practice matches with our club members, so this is a pleasant surprise. This isn't unusual, happens a lot when players start competing for the first time.
ビギナーズラックという意味ですか？
No, I'm talking about people improving during matches.
私強くなりましたか？
You have. In the end, getting better is all about how much you can learn and master. Veterans don't have as much time left to learn, so they hardly improve through single matches. Sometimes they even have to sweat blood and tears to learn one new thing. However, that isn't the case for rookies. Most beginners are raw, so they can learn a lot in a short period of time.
自分ではわかりませんけど。
Well, I'm sure you'll see during your match with Shinao-san. I turn to the side and see Shinao-san talking to his second, Satuin-san. Satuin-san lost to Saki Inui, so her role as a second is all she has left for the day. Seeing that match made me realize I was right about Prez having a shot at the title. Back when I first met him, Prez had just lost to Satuin-san, but I could tell that he's caught up to her by this point. Man, looking back at this match with Inui really hurts. I'm sure that match would have turned out differently if Prez was more focused on winning. Inui, huh? She's pretty interesting. Now, this isn't the time to be thinking about the other players. I'm sure you know since you watched the match against Misaki and all, but Shino-san is in his peak condition.
きっとすごいんでしょうね。間近でどんなプレーが見れるのかドキドキします。
Wow, that's a pretty unique reaction. Anyway, about our strategy.
進藤さんが相手だったら 全力でぶつかるしかないんじゃありませんか？
Of course you don't. Still, your best probably isn't good enough.
それは困ります。
He crushed his first round opponent. I'm scared that the same thing might happen to Asuka. That's why we need to put him in a situation where you can have a clear advantage.
はい。そのためにはどうすればいいですか？
In Misaki's case, we tried to force him into a dogfight, but to be honest, Asuka isn't better than Shino-san in any way. One thing I can think of is using her strong intuition. Sometimes Asuka does stuff that she has no business knowing. However, no one could tell what or when that's going to happen. And that means it's not a good idea to base our strategy around it. You'll be right back. Alright, see you soon, Less Prodigy. Still, that's the only real weapon she has, so it'll have to do. You need to stay close to Shinao-san for as long as possible. Do you understand why?
と
Asuka thinks over for a while, looking visibly confused.
新藤さんはスピーダー寄りのオールラウンダーだから距離を取ったら V を狙われてしまうという
Exactly. No matter how the match plays out, Asuka has to stay right behind him if she wants to have a chance to win. But if you stick too close to him right from the start, it'll turn into a speed battle.
それだと引き離されてしまいますよね。
Glad you understand. Now, when that match starts, jump to the second line and wait for Shinao-san. Make no mistake though, unlike Misaki, you aren't going to try to stop him.
どうしてでしょうか？
Because I doubt you can.
そうですね。私、美咲ちゃんみたいに素早くないです。新藤さんにピューッと行かれてしまいそうです。
And that's exactly why the plan is for you to fly close to Shinao-san for as long as possible. Something might happen if you do.
何かとは何でしょうか？
Well, you know, something. Asuka nods a few times before she
なん
replies.
となく素敵な感じはします。
Glad you like the strategy. I'm sure either Shino-san or Asuka will pull something off that surprises me. Ideally, we want Shino-san to fall prey to the pressure and self-destruct, but it's better not to count on that. After you jump to the second line, get as close to the second as you can and circle around above it.
やや高めで旋回しながら待機ですか？ということは、できるだけスピードを殺さないようにという。
Sure is. Shino-san should fly straight down the line, so make sure to stay slightly ahead of him and off to the side.
少し前ですか？
Because he's faster than you. Slightly ahead is just right. If you get too far ahead, you'll make it easier for him to shoot past you, and falling too far behind is a death sentence.
そこが私にとってちょうどいい距離ということですね。それ、
What you can.
できることって何ですか？
If you see a chance to go for his back, take it. You could also try to block his path or just touch him somewhere.
つまり、そこで全力を出すわけですね。
I give her a confident nod in order to set her mind at ease. We just have to keep Shino-san from taking control of the tempo. Do what you can to disrupt him.
はい。
Oh, by the way, if you keep flying next to him until the end of the line, you'll miss the timing to jump to the next one. So make sure to listen carefully for my instructions.
分かってます。コーチを信じてますから。
The only point of jumping lines is to get ahead of your opponent. If you fail to do that fast enough, you're just letting your opponent keep the lead and score for free. Losing 2 points through regular means is one thing, but I'd like to avoid doing that because of a simple mistake.
上で待って V を狙う進藤さんと並んで飛ぶというのは分かりました。でもましろちゃんと佐藤院さんの試合みたいに。
Are you asking what to do if Shino-san tries to engage in a dogfight?
はい。受けた方がいいですか？
Absolutely not. Shino-san's good enough in dogfights to beat Misaki. You don't stand a chance against him.
そうですけど逃げる自信もありません。
You'll have to try. Running away is your only option at this point.
逃げる。
Yep, remember, you're trying to stick close to Shino-san for as long as possible. Running away fits the objective just fine, so there's no shame in that.
全力ですね。
Good. Well, it's about time... it's about time now. Get going.
はい、全力を出してきます。コーチ。
Asuka flies off, heading straight towards first. If Shino-san gets even a little flustered by Asuka, then one of her flashes of brilliance comes into play. I quietly exhaled to calm my nerves. Maybe, just maybe, something might happen. I won't go as far as to say she can win, but maybe I should have told her that. Those magic words that have the power to make you stronger at any opponent, or stronger than any opponent. I repeat them inside my mind.
少し前まで初心者だったのによくここまで上がってきたね。
頑張りました。全力で頑張りますのでよろしくお願いします。
全力か。それなら僕も全力で頑張ろうかな。はい、
よろしく。まさかアスカちゃんがここまで残るなんてね。ほんとびっくりですにゃー。もっとも私は最初からやる娘さんだと思っていたけどね。本当に？本当だって。アスカ先輩がファースト V に向かってますよ。頑張れアスカ先輩。頑張れアスカ。頑張れ。もっと真剣に応援してください。マシロッチ盛り上がってるね。進藤さんはギザギザのメタメタにされるというのです。
What the fuck is a fur seal?
なんでオットセイ？サメやシャチだとシャレにならないじゃありませんか。でもオットセイだといい感じに笑えそうです。でもオットセイはなかなか凶暴らしいよ。お尻を噛みちぎられたりしたら笑えないよ。じゃあ飛び魚でどうでしょうか。急にスケールが小さくなったね。酒あたりでどうかな。さすが美咲先輩。飛び魚だと口が小さすぎて面白みに欠けますもんね。ここはぜひ酒さんに頼みましょう。そんなこと真顔で言うなんてすごいぞマシロッチ。進藤さん、マシロにそこまで言われるようなことした？合宿の時にお尻を触られたとか？そんな支援はありません。美咲先輩のことです。私のこと？まったくプンプンですよ。美咲先輩に勝つとは。進藤さんは空気を読めない人ですね。最後の大会の進藤さんに勝っちゃう方が空気を読んでない気がするけどね。ということは美咲先輩は進藤さんを気遣って？まあそういうとこもあるかもね。さすが美咲先輩。ま、秋の大会あたりでは気兼ねなくサクッと優勝しちゃったり。頼もしすぎます。不肖有坂も精一杯お手伝いします。優勝は冗談だけど進藤さんがいないなら上位には行きたいよね。試合が始まりましたね。頑張れアスカ先輩。やっぱりアスカはショートカットか。同じオールラウンダーでも進藤さんの方がずっと早いからね。まずは普通にスタートということ。変な負け方して傷ついたりしなければいいけど。アスカちゃんは変に強いからそういうのは余計な心配だと思うな。
Yeah, Asuka seems pretty chipper. I don't think she's gonna get that depressed just by losing a fight.
だろうけどね。頑張れ頑張れアスカ先輩。頑張れ。
Right before Asuka reaches the second line, Shino-san touches second. That's 0-1. Man, Shino-san's ridiculously fast for an all-rounder. If Asuka tries to get any closer to the buoy, he might have stepped on the gas and rushed right past her. Well, this is where the real match begins. Asuka and I wait for Shino-san to make a move with bated breath. Is he gonna go for a third or force a dogfight? Shino-san glances up at Asuka and... after a second, he rushes straight down the line. Hurry, Asuka. Asuka approaches Shino-san from diagonally above by using the force of gravity to speed up.
横を飛ばせてもらいます。
僕の横からどういう作戦なのかはわからないけどついてこれるかな。
Asuka flies along the same path as him when he continues to speed up. Luckily, she started flying when she was ahead of him, so there's still a gap between them. That means he can't overtake her that easily. From here on out, we'll have to rely on Asuka's inborn talent. I can't give her instructions on split-second decisions. Show us what you got, Asuka. Huh? Shindo-san isn't picking up much speed. Or wait, is Asuka just really fast? Huh? I've got no idea what he's thinking. But hey, if they keep flying at this speed, maybe Asuka can touch him. Right as I think that, Asuka tilts her whole body and rapidly closes in on Shindo-san. Good choice. Huh? Shindo-san disappeared? Asuka should have touched his back, but he's not even in front of her anymore. How? Shindo-san is currently flying in an upright position. He's raised his body from the usual forward-leaning flight form, essentially hitting brakes. What is he up to? Sure, he needed to shake Asuka, but slowing down like that put him at a disadvantage. Is he challenging her to a dogfight? Oh, too bad, we're not going to take the bait. Asuka, go for third. Her going for the buoy is technically against the rules since she hasn't crossed a path or touched him yet, but I bet them flying near each other for so long is enough for the referee to let it slide. We need to take this chance to throw Shindo off his game, even if it means breaking some rules. Huh? He stomped the brakes mere moments ago, but somehow he still managed to zoom back, or right up to Asuka.
本気でやるって言ったじゃないか。
Shindo-san touches her back as he says that. Asuka loses her balance as she plummets diagonally. That brought the score to 0-2. No way! That was a cobra. You raise your body to an upright position and spread your arms to brake. Then reassume your previous form to accelerate hard. The move is named Cobra because of how similar it looks to Cobra spreading its hood to imitate predators. Or imitate predators. Hold on. The Cobra's an advanced move. It's not something you'd expect to see in an amateur inter-school tournament. Messing up your posture and balance just a tiny bit is enough to result in a stall, which is why only pros use it. Trying it during practice match is one thing, but he's actually busting it out here?
Coach,
Huh? Oh, Shino-san is... Where is he? How did I lose sight of him? I'm totally failing as a second. Where is he? Where is he? He's right above you. He used the repellent force from touching Asuka to propel himself upward, essentially turning her into a stepping stone.
状況確認が遅い。
Shindo-san repels Asuka towards the water, right as she attempts to turn around. That doesn't score him a point, but... Water violently splashes in all directions as Asuka's grab shoes displace it. Was that a... suicida? A suicida is a move where you stop your opponent by repelling them directly down to the water. It's a forceful move that that's generally employed by Skywalkers who prefer to focus on power over speed. I can't believe you managed to combine an incredibly technical move like a Cobra with such a violent one. I've never even seen pros do that. Contrary to my expectations, Shindo-san is pulling off crazy moves instead of Asuka. I thought I saw the full extent of his abilities during the match with Misaki, but I was wrong. Shindo-san is in an entirely different league. I glance over to Satoin-san to take in her reaction. She's just quietly looking up at the field. Doesn't seem like she's talking to him at all. Guess that means she knew he could pull that off. Could it be that he... Why is Madoka cheering for the opposite team? What the hell's up with her? Oh, she's cheering Asuka on. Okay, never mind. Asuka, calm down and recover your balance. There's a considerable distance between them now. Shindo-san is looking down on Asuka as she floats near the water's surface. Suicida is Spanish for suicide. The move was given that name because of the way the player crashes into the water. Players who use Suicida usually keep charging their opponents to make them crash. Shindo-san, however, apparently only used it to distance himself from Asuka.
立ち直りが遅かったらもっとドッグファイトを仕掛けてもよかったんだけどね。
He says that, forms a faint smile, and flies off towards third. Since he's on his way to third for a while, Asuka's near the water. Since he's on his way towards third while Asuka's near the water, he might even reach fourth before she makes it to the third line. And that would make it 0-4. Calm down, keep it together, Messiah. I can't sound flustered right now. Asuka, take a deep breath. Jump to the fourth line. We'll have to give up on the third one. That means we're letting him have 2 points. But it's the best option we have. Trying to chase him right now would just lower our chances of winning to 0. Asuka looks shocked as she makes her way to the fourth line. You were pushed down towards the water. He used a maneuver that's called a Cobra. It's a move where you brake hard for a second to make your opponent pass you, then rapidly accelerate. It's a lot like an air kick turn. Main difference is the air kick turn makes you move in an opposite direction, while the Cobra allows you to continue down the same path. Next time he does that, go for an air kick turn. That should counter him, since he'll be left behind when he uses the Cobra. Asuka hasn't mastered the air kick turn yet, but it's our only shot. There's nothing else she could do to get past Shindo-san's Cobra. Nothing else changes, okay? Just try to stick by Shindo-san for as long as possible. Asuka ignores the third line entirely and jumps to the fourth. And while she is circling close to the bully, man, I can't fucking talk. Shindo-san touches third, then proceeds straight to fourth and touches it as well. It's 0-4. He glances at Asuka and then starts to fly straight towards the next buoy. This is just like on second line. Asuka comes down from above with impeccable timing, then starts flying next to him.
次はさっきよりも長く一緒に飛びますから。
僕は早いけどついてこれるかな。
頑張ります。
Asuka follows Shino-san as he begins to speed up. He throws in a short scissors and also a high yo-yo, but neither of those manage to throw her off. No wait, is he even trying to lose her? Seems more like he's getting her to focus on flying to me. I mean, he could have used a bunch of tricky maneuvers if shaking her was his only goal. What is he after? I tried to give Asuka some instructions, but stopped myself at the last moment. Wouldn't want to ruin her concentration. Shino-san disappears from Asuka's view right when it looks like he's about to accelerate. This is it. This is the moment of truth. Asuka ends up ahead of Shino-san, which gives her a chance to pull off our plan. Now! Asuka tucks her arms and legs in, curling up her body, then kicks her legs outward, straightening up her whole body with an air kick turn. In an instant, she shoots back towards Shino-san. Is it just me, or did Shino-san smile faintly? There are some players who smile during matches. It happens because some people's facial muscles loosen when they're in a state of high concentration. Wait, he's focusing? Does that mean he isn't surprised? He predicted that would happen? Shino-san proceeds to curl up his body, and then he maintains the posture needed for the Cobra while pulling off another move. An air kick turn? Impossible! No way! He directly chained a Cobra into an upward air kick turn without losing his balance at all? How? I'm getting goosebumps here. This is way harder than combining the Cobra with the Suicida. Chaining two high-speed maneuvers that move you in different directions, it's just... There's no doubt in my mind that he's far better than anyone else this tournament. Asuka's now in the perfect position for Shino-san, which means her back is wide open. Huh? Go? Go where? Before the question escapes my lips, Asuka does a second air kick turn. She uses it to fly straight into Shino-san, who has been diving down to touch her back. This again? What now? Asuka uses the repellent force from their crash to perform another air kick turn. Then she stretches out her hand. I can't believe it. She actually got him. The score is now 1-4. Asuka uses the recoil again in the exact same way. And she successfully touches Shino-san's back for a second time. Oh, is she going for a combo move here? Just more air kick turns gonna push him into the water? How is she doing this? What's happening here? She just scored on Shino-san twice. I've never seen anyone chain air kick turns like that. Oh, it seems like she's going for another one. Unfortunately, her hand doesn't even reach Shino-san this time. An air kick turn allows you to perform a high-speed quick turn because of the instantaneous membrane shift that's brought about by curling your body. In other words, it's based on changing direction of initial force. So, just like how a pendulum eventually gets to a stop due to friction and air resistance, some force is lost with each directional change, which lowers the speed. And unfortunately, the third air kick turn slowed her down too much. Still, she did manage to score 2 points on Shino-san. What now? Should we take advantage of the confusion and engage in a dogfight? Or wait, would it be better to go for the next buoy instead? What's the correct decision here? Both options feel right and wrong, which makes it hard to decide. Oh, Asuka, go at him. Doesn't matter where, just touch him. We won't get another chance like this. Shino-san's probably startled by this turn of events. In situations like this, people tend to go on the defense. A perfect example is how people react when a boulder comes rolling down towards them. Running or jumping out of the way seems like a logical choice, but some people stand their ground. Just punch it. You'll be fine. Why is that? Are they too scared to move? That's a possible explanation, but not the most common one. The truth is a lot stranger than you'd expect. When faced with the choice between evading or blocking an incoming object, your instincts will tell you to raise your guard. And with that in mind, Shindo-san should be focusing more on defense right now. Asuka managed to touch Shindo-san's leg. Shindo-san braced himself for an attack in a weird way, so he's left spinning away with his waist at his axis. Nice. It should take him a while to recover from that. Now's your chance. Asuka moves behind Shindo-san, who has now stopped spinning and scores another point. That's 3-4. Damn straight she is. Well, Misaki's gonna be depressed after this. Yeah, she's not taking this very well.
何をやっているのです部長。ペースを変えないと面倒なことになりますわ。
分かってるよ。
分かっているのでしたらそれらしいことをしてください。ここで負けるのはみんなを裏切るということですわ。
佐藤君は厳しいな。
強い人が余裕を見せながら戦うのが好きではありません。しっかりと泥臭くやってください。そうやって何をしてでも勝つのが私の知っている部長ですわ。
そうかもね。
あと佐藤院です
わ。分かったよ、佐藤院君。君の言う通りだ。
Shindo-san, who has almost hit the water in an attempt to evade Asuka's attack, suddenly roars. His loud voice makes Asuka flinch. His second roar makes Asuka freeze up for a moment. People tend to get intimidated when they hear loud yelling. Don't stop now, Asuka. Keep moving. I never imagined Shindo-san was the type to roar loudly and openly display his passion and desire to win. I just assumed he was far more quiet and meek. Shindo-san touches Asuka's shoulder as she's rooted in place, sending her flying off into the distance. She's currently spinning sideways due to his attack. He recovers quicker than Asuka, then touches her back. Crap, this is bad. Asuka's never fought in a match like this. Or, match that's anything like this. Makes sense, since no one's ever this intense in a practice match. Well, Prez always is, but that comes off as more of a joke than anything. Bear with me a moment, I need to blow my nose. Welcome to stream, Honey OTU. How are you doing? Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. I did mute briefly so I could blow my nose, but, what was what about? What, was my model fritzing out when I was, blowing my nose? bet this is the first time she's actually... bet this is the first time she's seen anything like this. His raw anger, passion, and desire to win are hard to bear. Model was going wonky? Yeah, I was probably blowing my nose, was reaching for tissues and, throwing them out. She's overwhelmed by this technique, and it wasn't even specifically designed for FC. Though that's not to say that it came from any other spot. You see, it's something far more primal that humans have used since the Stone Age. Shino-san's intense emotions lock both of them into their roles. Namely, the hunter and the hunted, Shino-san and Asuka. Calm down, you're still fighting the same person, nothing's changed. Be right back. Alright, see you soon. Asuka's voice is quivering a little as she replies. He makes up for the 3 points Asuka scored in next to no time. The score is now 3-6. Yeah, I knew it. The gap between them is too wide. If only Asuka had more experience. No, I can't place blame on her. This is my fault. I'm the one who sent her out here without preparing for her for this scenario. Welcome back. It's not too late. I still have a chance to fix this. There must be some advice I could give her. Asuka, remember what you did when we practiced in the gym on that rainy day? Flip back and get behind him. You could do it. Shino-san's just mindlessly rushing at you. Now's your chance. Constantly roaring does tend to intimidate your opponent. However, it also makes you start seeing red. In other words, his strategy has turned into a frenzied berserker. And that's why Asuka still has a chance. You need to keep a cool head and outthink him. He's just acting on instinct now, so I'm sure you could do it. Shino-san is charging straight towards Asuka's back once more. Go, Asuka! Unfortunately, things don't go according to plan. When Asuka tries to spin backward to perform something akin to a backflip, Shino-san breaks like when he was using the Cobra, and raises his right hand. Then he spikes Asuka like a volleyball.
そんな風にかわしに来るとは思わなかったけど、予備動作が大きすぎるんじゃないかな。
It can't be. He was actually thinking straight despite all the roaring? Incredible. What's even happening? They're involved in a, FC match. Is he some kind of kendo or judo athlete as well? Shino-san keeps scoring point after point. A what? An FC match. It's kind of what the whole game has been about. They've been doing this Flying Circus Club, which is basically tag in the sky. You basically play tag and you run from point to point to score points. Snore. Time keeps flowing as I find myself unable to provide any advice. What can we do? What can we do? That question keeps endlessly repeating inside my head, leaving me at a loss for words. All I really can do right now is gaze up at the field with clenched fists. Even though I hate the situation, I am forced to accept defeat as I watch Asuka get destroyed by Shino-san. Eventually, the whistle blows. 3-10. That's the final score. Excuse me. I can hear Asuka panting heavily through the headset. Shindo-san, no, the strongest Skywalker of our generation, Kazunari Shindo, is looking down on us with a sneer on his face, seemingly mocking the exhausted Asuka. Is that all you can do? That's what he seems to be saying. Ugh. Before I knew it, I tensed my shoulders to point where they hurt. What the hell? What? What? What's what the hell? You had to rest while your phone and AirPods were charging your back. Welcome back, Lesser Prodigy. I don't know whether it's because Shino-san is too tense or because Asuka is too frightened, but they both leave after a brief exchange of words. Asuka's form looks really shaky as she flies back to us. She must be pretty tired. They should have his chest and abs exposed like the girls. Cowards. Somebody in chat is a fan of Shindo-san, apparently. That's not true, listen. I doubt many other players here could have driven Shindo-san into a corner like that. I swear, I'm not just trying to console her. She really surprised me out there. I'm amazed that she managed to make Shindo-san fight dirty. Right. Wow, that's all she has to say after that loss? Man, this girl's one tough cookie. I was expecting her to feel kinda depressed. You don't care about the guy, but for a good 5 minutes you thought she only had, like, a white part on the outfit on? Oh. Still wearing the cat ears? Yeah, I decided to leave them on for this stream. Not doing the nyas because there's too much reading here, but we could keep the cat ears on for this one. You're strong, Asuka. If you say so, let me know if you ever need any help. Madoka rushes over to her as she calls out her name. And when she reaches her, she starts stroking Asuka's head. That just shows how desperate he was to win. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm glad both of you got to face him. Made for a valuable experience, right? Misaki turns away with a sour look on her face. Okay, now she's gonna be jealous of Asuka. Something wrong? Well, that may be true, but... Right. I'll just let the conversation end on that note, since it seems like Misaki doesn't want to talk about it. Well, we may be done with the summer tournament now, but you're not allowed to head home. Go watch the remaining matches instead. You can learn a lot from watching other people play.
はーい。しっかり見ておきます。
Make sure to think of how you'd react to everything happening in these matches.
どう騙すかということですね。
Sure, why not? Take my words however you want. Anyway, I'm gonna go report our results to Shirase-san and Miss Kagami.
私らはここで見てるからごゆっくり。どうもこんにちは。
A blonde girl who seems quite familiar trots over to me. Oh,
忘れないでください。イリーナです。
She thrusts her face up to mine and gives me a wink as she says that. I do remember you, I swear. You're Inui's second. Arena-san.
そうです。イリーナさんです。
She's the second of the player who knocked the Prez out in the first round. Wow, Inui's won all her matches so far.
はい。次も勝って次も勝ったら一番。
Inui has a similar playstyle to Prez, so the fact that she's gotten this far is a good sign for him.
そちらの1回戦の。
Her name is Aogi. Or Aoyagi. However you say that.
青柳さん。青柳さん、強い人でした。
Happy to hear
そ
that.
れと試合、見てました。すごい面白い試合。興奮しました。興味あります。倉科さん。
Oh, wait, this is the girl who was like a foreigner. She, like, speaks broken Japanese. Yeah, I was wondering why she was, like, missing some words there. Oh, you're talking how she just fought Shino-san?
はい。見ていて楽しかったです。愉快？愉快で日本語正しいですか？
Huh, amusing, huh? Well, it's not really wrong, but I wouldn't exactly call it a good choice of words. Amusing isn't really a word you use to praise a match.
飛んだり跳ねたり、あっち行ってそっち行ってという試合で、サーカス。日本語でサーカスは何と言いますか？
Circus is circus in Japanese as well, I think.
あの試合はサーカスですね。いろんな技が出て、上下左右に激しく移動していて、見ていて楽しいけど、FC ではありませんね。
Huh? It wasn't FC? What do you mean?
え？
She seems surprised by my question. I'm just curious what you mean by it's nothing, or by it not being real FC. Hang on a sec, gotta blow my nose again. She's from the UK, if you remember correctly. Yeah, I know that she's a foreigner, I just don't remember where she's from.
私の日本語、おかしかったですか？
No, that's not it. I just want to know why you don't consider Shino-san and Kuroshima's match real FC. This time, Arena-san flashes a friendly smile.
勝つことが目的なら、あんなに派手に動き回る必要ないです。
They were moving around like that because they were trying to win.
そうですか？
Yeah.
勝つためにエアキックターンやコブラやスイシーダが必要だった？
Well, are you trying to say they were pointless?
必要ですか？
She has a puzzled look on her face as she says that. I'm sure they used them because they were necessary. Both of them pulled out all the stops to win that match, which is rather admirable. Sure, they may have looked really flashy, but it's not like they were trying to put on a show or anything. She may not get that, but I know it to be true.
愉快です。
I see.
でもあれは私の知ってる FC とは違いますね。
And what's your brand of FC like?
きっと決勝戦は新藤選手と乾になります。それを見てもらえば
The wife is back, hallelujah.
わかると思います。
Alright. See you soon, honey O2.
本当の FC わかります。
True FC. Arena-san gives me a firm nod as I say that.
はい、本当の FC です。
Maybe I'm just being weird, but Arena-san's friendly smile seems really scary right now. I sure hope I'm just imagining things.
知ってますよ。日向雅也さん、ジュニアの時。
Huh? How'd you know that?
乾と同じ年頃の選手はできるだけ調べてるんです。
But I haven't played FC in years.
ですから調べてるんです。
Why? Arena-san doesn't seem the least bit fazed by my question.
日向さんの育てた選手でも日向さんでもいいです。いつか乾を潰しに来てください。あの子は魔女ですから。そうしてくれるとすごく喜びます。
What? She's a masochist? Why does that matter?
誰かに潰されるのを心待ちにしてるんです。
The corners of her lips curve into a smile as she backs away from me. What exactly do you want? Instead of answering, Arena-san directs a slightly awkward bow at me before turning around and walking away. What is she thinking? She talked a whole lot, so I'm not even sure where to begin. Though, the thing that weighs most heavily on my mind is... True FC. Is she saying that outspeeding your opponent is true FC? That is one way to win, but it's not the only one. She said I'd understand after watching Inui face Shindao-san. Well, she better make it to the grand finales now, or they'll both have egg on their face.
ごきげんよう、日向雅也。
Oh, Satwin-san, I'm sorry you lost your match. Inui went 15-0 against her. It was just like what happened with Prez's match. If a speeder manages to gain a slight lead, things will snowball so far, or so out of control from there, that it's almost impossible for their opponent to win.
乾咲が私より強かっただけのことです。
I'm on my way to tell our club advisor that all our players have been knocked out. What are you up to?
私は散歩中ですわ。
A stroll? Is now really the time? I mean, you're Shino-san's second, right?
部長は少しピリピリしていますの。今は一人になってクールダウンする時間が必要だと判断して席を外しました。
I see. Guess I didn't need a reminder of her job.
今話していたのは乾咲のセコンドですか？
Yeah, don't assume we're close or anything, though. I only know her because our president faced her in the first round.
そういうことでしたの。乾咲は不思議ですね。
Strange? In what way exactly?
そうですわね。硬い感じがしました。
Steel.
下手にぶつかったら弾き返されてしまいそうな。
Huh, so she's kinda like an intimidating predator that scares you away before you can attack.
威圧感は確かにありましたけど、私が言いたいのはそういうことではありませんわ。
You call that perfected? Seriously? I mean, yeah, she's really good, but perfect? That's a bit much.
彼女自身というよりも、その後ろに私たちの知らないスタイルがあるような気がしますの。
So, like, her strategy as a speeder and all the fine-tuned technical aspects to her maneuvers?
それも含めての話ですわ。大小を含んだ体系的なテクニックがあるのかもしれません。
I could tell Satuin-san thinks Inui is something special. But why? She mentioned how her supposedly unique style is comprised of generalized game plan, plus individual techniques. But isn't that every style? How is she any different from the rest of us? What happened during your match that made you think Inui is special?
動かされていると思いましたわ。
Steering you.
気づけば乾咲の有利な方向に動かされているのです。自分で判断しているつもりなのですけど、セコンドの方がとても優秀なのかもしれませんわね。
She was forced to play right into Inui's hand without even knowing it. Does that mean her style revolves around manipulating her opponent? So what styles do you think would match up well against her?
そうですわね。部長のように引き出しの多い人なら乾咲の裏を行くことができると思いますわ。
Yeah? Satuin-san looks up at the playfield.
ちょうどいいタイミングでしたわね。これから試合をする選手みたいなタイプも苦手かもしれません。
Which one of them do you mean? There's a player from Shinto Suzan and one from Dagagura.
動画裏の選手ですわ。
Okay, who do we have
名
here
前は
now?
黒渕かすみ。その様子だとあの選手の試合見ていなかったようですわね。
I'm liking the hair and the red eyes, getting some Alice Little and Shinoa vibes from this chick. I'm pulling double duty as a second and coach, so I missed some matches. Wow, she's got really long arms and legs. I think the eyes are the first thing that I noticed. She's cute. I like her. Players with a long reach have clear advantage in most sports. Sure, sometimes a longer reach can work against you, but 9 times out of 10, it'll work in your favor. For example, in dogfights, you can only reach your opponent from further away. Anyway, you trying to say Inui isn't good at dealing with players who have a long reach?
そういうことではありません。試合を見ていればわかると思いますわ。
I see the referee flying over to Kurabuchi and whispering in her ear. Her name is Kasumi, huh? I obviously can't tell what they're saying, but both of them seem tense. What's that all about?
反則の常習犯なので、最初から警告を受けているのだと思います。
A player who follows her opponent often? Does she get real rough in matches?
そうですわね。何かにイラついているようなプレイスタイルですわ。
セット
The opening whistle resounds. Kurabuchi tilts forward while spreading her arms out horizontally. Seems she's trying to use up more space on the line to mess with her opponent. That isn't really against the rules, but... Problem is, the floats in her flight suit are spread out in a way that block her opponent's path. The electric sound of repulsion echoes as the Shintao player is thrown backward.
反則黒渕かすみ選手の反則負け
The audience is going nuts. I can even hear some people laughing. Though it's obviously not because they find it funny. In fact, they seem more surprised than anything. Kasumi Kurabuchi furrows her brow, flies off towards the ref, and unleashes a string of insults. Oh, okay. Little firecracker here. Immediately touching your opponent after the match is against the rules, but the usual punishment is to subtract a point. This is the first time I've seen someone get disqualified for it. Isn't that a bit much? Satuin-san turns to me with an impish smile on her face as she hears me say that.
初回の反則ならそうですわね。
Wait, you mean...
彼女、1回戦からずっと同じ反則をしてますの。
She's doing it on purpose?
そうとしか考えられませんわね。スーツの浮き袋が不自然に動いたのも気になりますし。
How is she doing
わ
that?
かりませんけど、練習をすればできるのではありませんか。
Why would you ever do that?
乾咲はああいったプレイに弱いのではないかと思います。
In other words, she probably can't handle a playstyle that focuses on drawing fouls.
そういう選手が得意というスカイウォーカーはあまりいないでしょうけれど。
Right, I mean, I doubt anyone practices what to do when they're fouled.
そういう意味もありますけど、彼女は枠を越えてこようとするスタイルに弱いかもしれませんわ。何せ自分の思うように動かせないでしょうから。
Unconventional playstyles, huh? Not many of those around.
だからといって反則は進めません。
Agreed. Focusing on fouls is out of the question.
そちらの方々でしたら、飛沢美咲や倉科明日香よりも有坂真白の方が乾咲と相性がいいかもしれませんわね。
Wow, she must really respect Mashiro. Wait, that's not right.
では私はそろそろ戻ります。
Oh, sorry for taking up so much of your time.
そんなことありませんわ。乾咲について部長に何を伝えたらいいのか整理できましたから。
Do your best to support him.
言われるまでもなく。それではごきげんよう。
Satuin-san gives me a graceful bow before leaving.
おう、ひなた。お疲れ様だ。終わったな。
Yep, time to start preparing for the next one.
今から秋の大会を見ているとは頼もしいぞ、ひなた。俺は3年で引退だが FC をやめるつもりはないからな。何か手助けできることがあったら声。
Thanks, I'll be sure to take you up on that offer.
いやー、ちゃんと君らの試合を見てたよ。いい試合だったね。
Which ones?
どの試合もだけど、あえて言うならアスカちゃんと進藤くんの組み合わせが一番良かったかな。
うん、俺も見ていて興奮したぞ。
最後で得点差は出ちゃったけど、この大会のベストバウトだろうね。アスカちゃんはいい選手になったね。
Yeah, and that's what I want to ask you, or that's why I want to ask you a favor.
なんだい？
Well, I'm kind of afraid of saying this, or, I feel like I'm pretty biased because we're so close.
アスカちゃんのことで？
Yeah, is she, I mean, I've had this feeling for a while now. I stopped for a moment and simplify my question. Is Asuka a prodigy?
すごいよ。
Shirase-san answers my question right away.
それがどうかしたの？
I'd never bring this up in Asuka's presence, but I guess I'm just worried that it might be beginner's luck. I just can't shake the feeling that she's winning these matches by chance, you know? Asuka's a very inconsistent player. She's got really high heels and really high highs and low lows. So honestly, it's hard for me to look at the results of a match and say she actually performed well. It's hard to tell how good she really is.
マサヤは勘違いしてるな。
What are you trying to say? Luck's also a skill?
そんなこと言うつもりはないよ。僕はもっと具体的なことを言える。
Please do.
大会記念 T シャツを買ってくれるなら教えるよ。
Of course. I'll buy one later, so don't just leave me hanging.
じゃあ教えようかな。
Shirase-san turns around to the prez after saying that.
すまないけど、ちょっとの間店番を代わってもらえないかな。
了解。ひなたにたっぷりと役立つ話をしてやってください。
役立つ話ができるかどうかはわからないけどね。
After quietly muttering now then to himself, he starts to speak.
進藤君との試合のハイライトのエアキックターンの連発。あれはマサヤの指示じゃないだろう。
Right, Asuka figured that out on her own. Dogfights are pretty dynamic, so it's hard for a second to micromanage their player. Plus, even if it was possible, so many instructions would just get in the way. Every split second counts in a close-range air battle, which means Skywalkers can't afford to waste time on interpreting orders.
あそこでエアキックターンの連発をできたのはもしかしたら偶然かもしれない。 だけど、あそこでエアキックターンを連発しようと思いついたのは偶然かな。
Oh,
FC で特にドッグファイトで重要なのはとっさのひらめきだろ。身体能力も重要だけど、本当に必要な才能っていうのは。
Shirase-san taps his own head as he says that.
ここだと思うけどね。
Basically, he's saying Asuka's talent comes from her mental aptitude for FC. And that does explain why she had such a hard time learning to fly. She's always understood FC in theory, but she has a hard time getting her body to keep up with her mind. What'd you think of Misaki's matches?
ここだけの話だけど、美咲ちゃんはつまんないね。
Do I love rabbits? They also have red eyes. Rabbits are cute, but as far as animals are concerned, I think I favor cats. Boring? Didn't expect to hear that. Feels like my grasp on reality is slipping away from me. I was worried that he was going to trash Asuka, but I never expected him to say anything negative about Misaki. I mean, sure, Asuka's improved a lot over the course of her tournament, but Misaki's still way better than her. But she's our best player. What do you find boring exactly?
美咲ちゃんはアスカちゃんと逆だね。プレイを感覚に頼りすぎてると思う。
Oh, I get it. It's not like Misaki isn't thinking at all. It's just her reflexes are so good that she can skate by on them. You're saying Misaki should just use her head more, yeah?
言うのは簡単だけどね。
Shirase-san drops his shoulders in an exhausted fashion as he says that.
これまで使わなかった部分を使うっていうのは一朝一夕でできるようなことじゃない。
Well,
美咲ちゃんがどうかって話じゃない。一般論としてこういうのは本当に難しいことなんだ。
I get what you're trying to say. I can win most matches without thinking, so why bother? That's how most people would react. Sure, that may lead them to a dead end, but then they just try to use their body to get out, so nothing could change, or
そこ
nothing
で
would
頭の
change.
使い方を教えるっていうのは大変だよ。特に美咲ちゃんみたいなタイプはね。
Yeah, she'll definitely try to resist.
まとめて言うと、アスカちゃんは FC の方がいいと思うんだ。頭を使って先を見通して相手の動きを見て自分で考えて行動している。今は体がついていってないけどね。
Right.
で、美咲ちゃんは FC の方が鍛えられてない。とっさの反応で動いているだけで全体を見通したり相手の動きを見て考えたりしてない。つまり彼女には戦略がない。アスカちゃんは頭が鍛えられてるけど体はまだまだ。美咲ちゃんは体が鍛えられてるけど頭はまだまだ。そういうことになるね。
Shirase-san breathes a light sigh.
結論を言うとだ。才能の引き出しやすさも努力のさせやすさもアスカちゃんがずっと上だと思う。彼女はもしかしたら本物かもしれない。
You really believe that?
アスカちゃんは秘めた身体能力が発揮できれば美咲ちゃん。
You have that little faith in Misaki?
フィジカルだけを鍛えるならそこそこいくだろうね。だけどそのままじゃ本物になれない。
Shirase-san shifts around a little as if this talk is making him feel uncomfortable.
来年の大会のベスト4レベルの強さまでなら簡単にいくよ。
But she won't go any farther?
思うね。きつく言えば天才肌であって天才ではないと思う。彼女の才能の限界が目の前にあったとしても僕は少しも驚かないね。
Thanks for the honesty. I knew that couldn't have been easy. So what about Mishiro?
まだスタイルが固まっていないようだからどうとも言えないね。ただ頭はいいんじゃないかな。彼女。
I'll do what I can.
もし僕がコーチするならアスカちゃんよりも美咲ちゃんを選びたいね。
Huh? After everything you just said, why?
まっすぐな性格の人より 歪んだ性格の人の方が好きだからね。
Sure, Misaki's a little self-centered, but I wouldn't call her eccentric.
ああいうタイプが FC を本気で続けていれば、そのうち性格は歪むだろ。
Man, you're pretty damn harsh.
そうなったらそこから伸びるかもしれないよ。
He says that in a nonchalant manner as he turns away from me.
お疲れさん、マサヤ。
Oh, when'd you get here? Oi-san is there with everyone else. Guess I missed her on the way to the management tent.
初めてにしてはみんないい試合をしたと思う。そう。
And now come the complaints?
それはマサヤの仕事だろ。頑張れ。
Don't have to tell me twice. I checked the time on my phone. Grand finale should be starting soon. There's a 30-minute break after the semifinals. I think it's mostly there to level the playing field for the player who had the latter semifinals match.
夏の大会の決勝戦は新藤さんと乾さんか。
It turned out just like Arena-san predicted.
乾さんってすごいですね。すごいって何が？だってですよ。
Asuka looked at a copy of the tournament sheet.
全試合ですごい点差をつけて勝ってます。リーダーが勝つ時って点差が広がっちゃうこと多いからね。
That's true, but isn't that scary? Somehow, no one managed to stop her.
偶然ってことはないですか？
Maybe once, but there's no way she made it here on luck alone. It must be skill.
強いと言っても新藤さんほどじゃないんじゃない？佐藤院さんと当たった以外はトーナメント運も良かったみたいだし。
いや、そんなことはないぞ。水産の選手にも勝っているしな。運だけ。
そうかもしれませんけど。それにしてもほっとしたな。何がですか？だって兄ちゃんが負けた相手が2回戦で負けたら兄ちゃんが一番弱いことになってしまうもん。決勝まで来てくれたから兄ちゃんが弱いわけじゃない。ほんと意外とブラコンなんだからな。ブラコンじゃない。
By that logic, Asuka and Misaki lost to Shina-san, which makes all of our members... Oh.
いいですよ。どうぞ遠慮なくその先を言ってくれてもいいですよ。
Oh, it's nothing, really.
部の中で私が負けた相手だけ決勝に残ってないですから。気にする必要なんか全然ありません。佐藤院さんが相手だったら私だって負けてました。いやいや、私やアスカなら佐藤院さんに勝ってたかな。いいんです。私は私の道を行きますから。あれ、そうなの？自分の道を行っちゃうんだ。美咲先輩の道を行きたくても美咲先輩が進むの早すぎるんです。そんなこと言わずについておいでよ、真白。
Hey, quit trying to lead her astray. Oh, they're on their way to first. The referee's already there, so it's almost time to begin. Obviously, we can't listen in on them from here. Though, even if we could, we'd probably only hear them exchange short greetings.
いよいよ決勝戦の始まりか。
みんなしっかり見ておけよ。
今の悲鳴は何でしょうか？
Good question. Doesn't seem like anything strange happened.
野良犬が次々と観客を噛んでるとか？
Pretty sure they'd be a lot louder in that case. What the hell? What's going on?
決勝戦を前に感極まった人たち？そういう人たちの声の質じゃないよね。びっくりしたって感じですよね。
観戦に飽きたどっかの生徒がふざけ合ってるんだろ。そんなことより試合に集中しろ。
Right. Shindo-san looks ready to rumble. Saki Inui, on the other hand, looks completely out of it. Feels almost like she's surprised to be here. I know I should be mad that he knocked out 2 of my players, but at the end of the day, I want Shindo-san to win. That's the most fitting end to this tournament.
決勝戦なのに普通に始まっちゃうんですね。
He's probably gonna lose, isn't he? This mysterious girl's gonna beat his ass. We don't do that in FC.
でも花火の一発くらいあげてもいいですよね。そういえばマシロッチの友達が実況をするって言ってなかった？そうでしたそうでした。実況を聞かないと。
How do we even do that? I mean, it's not like they could just broadcast through the whole venue, right? That would hurt the players.
確かヘッドセットを利用するって言ってました。なるほど。参加者はみんなヘッドセットを持ってますもんね。
Misaki starts clicking buttons around the small LCD monitor.
周波数？よくわかんないけど、そういうのは全部マサヤの方で設定する仕組みになってるみたいだよ。
Okay, I think I found the right buttons. So, what channel are they broadcasting the live commentary on?
それはわかりませんけど、早くしないと試合が始まっちゃいますよ。
Don't rush me when you can't even help. Well, guess it's time to channel surf.
いよいよ決勝戦が始まります。
Oh
死闘
god,
最強の
this
ス
thing
カイウォー
again.
カー新藤和則。対するは謎の最速スピーダー乾咲。
This is that fucking reporter girl again, isn't it?
お前たちまで一体どうしたんだ？
It's really loud. Oe-san and Madoka, who don't have a headset, finally understand the situation.
さっきあちこちから聞こえてた悲鳴ってこれだったんだ。早くボリューム下げて。ヘッドセットは外れにくいんだから。
I'm on it.
実況を担当するのは久那浜学院1年の保坂みのりです。プリティな声でガッチリ実況します。略してプリガチな
Fucking Minori, I fucking hate you. Is she for real?
プリガチ張り切ってるな。
Yeah, she's an idiot.
微妙に頑張って考えた感が切ないわね。頑張ってるのはいいことですよ。いよいよこの夏、死闘で最強のスカイウォーカーが決まります。果たして神道か、それとも乾か。
Guess this game also has a Pinkun. Oh no, she's nowhere near as bad as Pinkun. Like, I already hate her on, principle because she's a reporter, but she's just very, very obnoxious on top of that. Everyone in the audience is on edge after hearing that. Inui's facial expression hasn't changed. This is weird. She's about to compete in a tough match, so why does she look so bored? Welcome to stream, Delilah Dragon. How are you doing? Earlier, I thought her nerves might be getting to her, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It kind of looks like she's ready to go for a walk. That's how little emotion she's expressing. But why? I didn't pay attention to her face yesterday when she fought Prez. Tired? How about me? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty excited as well. I ended up finally meeting my 500 sub goal over on YouTube, so we opened up a Discord server. That's actually pinned at the moment if you want to join. Was she like this back then as well? Was she like this before every single one of her overwhelming victories?
Set!
A whistle echoes through the air, signaling the start of the final match of the summer tournament.
夏の大会最速の乾選手がローヨーヨーで一気に加速します。進藤選手はセカンドラインへとショートカットです。まずはスピーダー対オールラウンダーの定石通りの展開です。
Congrats. Thank you.
進藤さん、ちゃんと乾さんを抑えられるでしょうか。できるでしょ。まあ最初は抜かれるかもしれないけど、今までの乾さんの対戦相手みたいに抜かっ
Agreed. I mean, if Shindo-san can't stop her, then no one in Shitao can.
セカンド V にタッチして乾選手まず1点です。セカンドラインにショートカットした進藤選手は乾選手と接触か交差しなくてはいけません。
Shindo-san is waiting for Inui while circling the area that's closer to the second and third. I'm sure she's great at passing opponents. But like Misaki said, there's no way she'll win when Shindo-san hit... When Shindo-san is her opponent.
そういえばこの大会で乾さんってドッグファイトしました？私の記憶だとまだしてないと思うよ。スピーダーなんだからそんなに強くないでしょう。
Shindo-san is rocking his body in every direction to prepare himself for any possible route Inui may take. It looked like Inui's body stiffened for a moment there. However, the next instant, she raises her body and accelerates.
速いです。方向を変えたのに加速してますよね。スピードに乗った乾選手が進藤選手の手前で急上昇。これで一気に抜き去るのが乾選手の必勝パターン。どうする進藤選手。
Shindo-san throws up both his arms like a volleyball player trying to block a spike, then charges at Inui. One of his hands manages to touch her shoulder from below. And that obviously makes both Inui and Shindo-san lose their balance.
乾選手、この大会で初めて進藤を抑えられました。進藤選手のペースになるのか、それとも乾選手にこの先の展開があるのか。進藤さんのペースになるに決まってるよ。乾さんもあんな風に加速したらフェイントじゃないって分かっちゃうよね。
Yeah, she really shouldn't have sped up there. Still, you should know that it's all thanks to Shindo-san's skill. I mean, Inui's breezed through all of her matches this far, so there's no other possible explanation.
トーナメント運が良かっただけ。あんな分かりやすい動きなら私やアスカでも止められるって。私には無理かもしれません。当然のように私は無視なんですね。真っ白でも止められるって。そんな信用できない声を出さなくても。でもそんな美咲先輩も好きです。愛が重いにゃ。
Let's see. Inui has lost balance and also speed, which means Shindo-san has an advantage right now. I wonder how this will turn out. Satoin-san said that Inui steered her into playing in the way that befitted her. And Arena-san talked about the true FC when we last met. I wonder if those two things are connected. What will Saki Inui show us?
進藤選手はいち早く姿勢を戻し、下から乾選手の背中にタッチ。これで1対1。今大2度目？マシロッチ、1度目は兄ちゃんが取ってるんだよ。そうでしたね。兄ちゃんと進藤さんが並んだみたいですごいな。いよいよ本格的にブラコンだな。だからブラコンじゃないって。やっぱり乾さんも大したことないんじゃない？このまま進藤さんが追加得点して終わりそう。
Something tells me she couldn't be more wrong. Something wrong, Asuka?
何かに気づいたのか？
はい、なんでもないんですけど。
But
言ってみろ。
私の勘違いかもしれないんですけど、コーチは自分ならどうするか考えながら観戦するようにと言いましたよね。何か気づいたんだ。気づいたというほどのことでもないんですけど、 私なら進藤さんと同じように動くと思うんです。
私もそうすると思うけど、それが
だから考えすぎだとは思うんですけど。
Inui is steering Shindo-san, is that what you're trying to say?
はい。コーチも同じことを？
Kinda. I probably wouldn't have noticed if Satuin hadn't already told me, though. Just goes to show that Asuka really does have the perfect mind for FC. I mean, that must be what she's doing, right?
二人とも考えすぎじゃないかな。だって乾さんが動いたら進藤さんはそうするしかないじゃない？
You just noticed the cat ears? Were those on last stream? No, it's actually a, redeem that you could do. Like, where the hell is it? I've got a, cat ears option on, Twitch here. Actually, I can't even see it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, for 3,000 points you could redeem me to toggle these on or off, but for this stream I decided to leave them on as a bit of a celebration due to the 500 subs. Normally I'll punctuate every sentence with a nya whenever I speak, but considering this is a visual novel, I didn't want to keep nyaing for the entire stream, so we're just talking normally.
そうするしかないでしょうか。
真顔でそんなこと言われても困るけど、私なら進藤さんと同じことするな。
There's been a new development in the match.
進藤選手が真下から乾選手を跳ね上げてからタッチ、得点追加。2対1。一方的な展開になってしまうのか。乾選手、厳しい時間が続きます。
There's new stuff too. Yep, got some new redeems. Do not touch the You Are Dead one. That one, I'm probably gonna have to remove that eventually. People are likely going to abuse that, but that's just for, if I end up dying in a game. It just plays a 3-minute long song. And in response, Shindo-san rushes after her from below.
ほら、一方的な展開になってきたって。二人とも考えすぎなんだからな。
Maybe, but look how high Inui got. She's definitely gonna turn this around.
高い位置にいるから長いローヨーヨーでスピードを稼いで一気に突き放そうって考えかな。
That's the only reason for her to fly that high. If this works, she'll win through a buoy, or she'll win through buoy touches in no time. Something about this doesn't feel right. Is this true FC? Definitely not. It's just one specific playstyle. Asuka is gazing up at the sky with bated breath. Has she figured out something we haven't? You would maybe shorten that one, imagine the spam on that one? Well, the whole point of it is, to play the song to taunt me when I die. Wasn't really, considering shortening it. I may remove it eventually, or just turn it off for specific streams, but, yeah, as long as people don't abuse it, then, it'll be fine. Well, maybe I'll upcharge the ever-living fuck out of it. Maybe make it like, 3,000 points since it's a, 3-minute song. Shindo-san prevents her from getting away every single time. He isn't reacting to her feints at all, which means he's playing perfect.
両者牽制するような動きを繰り返します。膠着気味ですが、進藤選手の方がやや有利か。このまま試合が終わってしまうのでしょうか。
これってある意味私と一ノ瀬ちゃんの試合みたいな感じ？
Maybe, but
私は違うと思います。と言いますと？わかりました。
何が分かったの？追い詰められてるのは進藤さんです。
そうですか？私には完璧に先回りしているように見えますけど。
進藤さんは完璧に先回りしてますけど、乾さんは少しずつ加工してるんです。
水面まで追い詰められる？
そんなことくらい進藤さんだって気づいてるはずだよ。
But does knowing actually change anything? He has no choice but to try and stop her in this situation, right?
そうかもしれないけど。
このままだとどうなっちゃうんですか？
At this rate, assuming neither Shindo-san nor Satuin-san have caught on, he's gonna start thinking it's hard to fly in such a tight space.
二人とも気づいてないなんてことはありえないでしょ？
Yeah, I'm sure they have, but... Huh? Shindo-san gives up on stopping Inui and turns.
進藤選手、どうしたのでしょうか？有利かと思われていましたが、急にサードラインへ向かってショートカットです。乾選手、セカンドラインで乾選手を抑え込んでいるように見えましたが、このままでは展開がないという判断でしょうか。しかしその代償に1点奪われました。2対2です。
He decided to take it from the top.
仕切り直しというより手遅れになる前に逃げたと言った方が。
真っ白の友達全然分かってないね。
そこは多めに見てあげてください。
乾さんって怖くありませんか？怖くはないけど。そうですか。私は怖いです。だってあんな風に自分が思うように試合ってコントロールできます？でも私は一瞬先のことしか考えられませんでした。
She hasn't pulled out any tricks at all. Inui has only used high yo-yos, low yo-yos, and scissors so far. She's beating Shindo-san with just the basics. How is that possible? Shindo-san and Inui are flying along the third line as they fight to gain the upper hand.
2人が螺旋を描くように牽制し合いながら上を目指します。螺旋から飛び出して V を狙うチャンスもあるように見えますが。
Wrong. That's not what they're after. If either of them left that spiral, the other would claim the high ground. And that would be bad news. After all, the player who has the higher position controls the flow of the match. Bruh, you leave for almost an hour and they're back on the beach. There's another FC match going on. They're actually still at the same beach. Wait a minute. They sped up. What is this? A sharp pain runs through my heart. Is it important to control a match?
まさや、これはなんだ?
I don't know. What the hell is happening? How many of the people watching have realized the situation is abnormal? It can't just be me. It almost seems like she's saying that playstyles like Speeder, Allrounder, and Fighter don't matter. That FC isn't really about being fast or winning dogfights. In her mind, true FC must be about controlling your opponent. And Shindo-san is just playing along? Does he think there's nothing wrong with that? Why? My throat clogs up, leaving the words I want to convey to him stuck in my throat. I mean, Shindo-san. I call out to him inside my mind. Shindo-san, she's looking down on dogfights and speed battles we've engaged in for so long. She's stomping all over everyone's hard work and effort. Why aren't you putting her in her place? Stop her already. Force her into a dogfight. Don't play her game. Don't let her mock everything we believe in.
先輩、大丈夫ですか？顔色が悪いですよ。
I'm fine. Next thing I know, Shino-san is below Inui again. And just like last time, she's leading him towards the
う
water.
まく飛んでいたように見えたのに、どうしてセカンドラインと同じ展開になってるの？
Misaki seems to have finally noticed that something's up, but it doesn't look like she knows any details. What about Asuka? Asuka? A chill runs down my spine and goosebumps form on my back. Asuka is smiling, and it's a smile that stretches from ear to ear. It looks like she can hardly contain her joy. Does she find this fun? What could possibly be fun about this dull, freakish match that only consists of her driving her opponent into a corner? It lacks all the fun and excitement that people love about FC, making it look like an entirely different sport. Amazing. Asuka is really amazing. In fact, she's so amazing that she scares me. Shindo-san has been pushed to the water surface. Inui blocks his attempt to do a reversal with the same old, utterly bored expression on her face. Damn it, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Shindo-san's face is contorting. Come on, this is no time to get upset. Think of a way out. I'm sure you know exactly what you need to do and how to do it even. If you manage to pull that off, we won't crumble in the face of Inui's true FC. Sure, we may still have to admit defeat and study her strategy eventually, but you could at least protect our way of life for a little while longer. You have to do this. Do it now. Do it, Shindo-san. I'm sure it'll be enough to get you out of that sticky situation. Shindo-san glides over the water's surface. And Inui pursues him. No, he's got a plan. Shindo-san tucks his arms and legs in right as I say that. He's doing an air kick turn. And I'm sure he can adjust the angle to execute a high-speed 90 degrees one. That shoots him upward. That'll get him out. Inui flies a wide curve and heads upward. No! She didn't react impulsively. If she had, Shindo-san would have gotten the upper hand. She accurately confirmed what Shindo-san was doing, then proceeded to climb higher than him. She's really good. I don't know what else to say. An air kick turn allows you to perform a high-speed turn, but it's not like you maintain that speed. Shindo-san used to get above her for a moment. Or used it to get above her for a moment, but that didn't last long. Inui used just the basics to get above him once more. She really is made of steel. Seems she was unfazed by Shindo-san's actions, too. Another scissors? Is she just going for the same thing again? Shindo-san gives up and jumps to the fourth line. Then Inui flies over to the buoy and touches it. With that, the score is 2-3. She won again.
二人が距離を置いて動かなくなってしまいました。これは一体何を意味するのでしょうか。実況の難しい試合になってきました。進藤さん、むちゃくちゃにでも突っ込んでいかないと。
There's no point. He just ended up in the same situation again.
だけどこのままじゃ時間切れで。すごいです。え？これも FC なんですね。
Misaki nods, seemingly taken aback. This is so intense for a sports anime game. If American sports were like this, then they probably wouldn't suck, and I'd pay more attention to them. Shindo-san roars, making the air tremble. However, it doesn't seem to affect Inui at all. She dodges Shindo-san's charge with a high yo-yo, which nets her the high ground once again. sports anime are just intense, to be honest. You don't know why, you never like them. The intensity makes it a little bit more entertaining than just some idiots chasing a ball around, like in real life. I don't know, sports have never been my thing. Like, I enjoyed playing hockey for a while, but that was too cold for me, so yeah. Aside from that, it's all just stupid in my opinion. Damn, how is she that consistent? Shindo-san's desperately struggling to catch her. However, time isn't on his side. Eventually, the final whistle blows.
優勝は乾咲選手です。決勝戦はゆっくりとした展開でしたが
I switch off the audio. The whole venue is engulfed in a strange atmosphere. Everyone was convinced Shindo-san would win, and considering the way the match played out, the final result is hard to swallow. Maybe I'd be just as confused as everyone else if I didn't talk to Arina-san and Satuin-san earlier. What is this? I look up at the sky as my eyes cloud over with despair. And when I do, I spot Inui just hovering there casually. Compared to Shindo-san, who looked dead on his feet, Inui seems not the least bit tired. Suddenly, she directs her gaze downward. Ah! She's looking right at me. I'm not just imagining that. I swear, I'm sure it's true. Sure, she didn't call me by name or anything, but I know I'm not wrong. You're next. Her eyes seem to be saying that. Arina-san's words suddenly resurface in my mind.
本当の FC は
I can no longer deny that claim. She may have fought Shindo-san, but she threw down the gauntlet at me. No, not just to me. She challenged the entire notion of FC. She's looking down from above, asking, how long do we want to keep crawling down there? Fish evolved into amphibians, leaving their ancestors confined in the water. Primates evolved into man, surpassing their primitive ancestors with their newfound intelligence. The contempt in her eyes almost makes me think of her as some evolved being, looking down upon the inferior species before her. She has now claimed her throne, and dares any of us to challenge her. Damn it. Grinding my teeth, I glare up at the sky. However, Inui still remains completely unfazed. Hang on, gotta blow my nose. She's so calm and collected that it feels like she's claiming that she has no need for a heart. Battles stir emotions, and in a sport like FC where tactics play an important role, those emotions are critical. However, the monster before my eyes... This can't be happening. Despair. I'm filled with despair. How are you supposed to defeat someone who invalidates everything you believe in using only existing methods? I definitely don't have an answer. All I can do is stare up at her without averting my gaze. Yeah, she destroyed him.
3対2なんだから圧倒的ってわけじゃないんじゃ。
No, she was toying with him. Those 2 points were basically bait. I've never seen such a one-sided match before. I get that she doesn't want to admit the person who beat her was no match for Inui. However, there's nothing to be gained from denying the truth.
Kochi!
Asuka is looking at me with sparkling eyes.
どうやったら乾さんに勝てますか？
I don't know. We'll have to start by analyzing the match.
アスカは進藤さんが負けたこと
Oh, she looks excited. I think that's feeling something.
ドキドキします。
Yeah, exactly. Misaki lets out a dry laugh.
そっか。ドキドキするんだ。
I thought that remark would make Misaki's blood boil, but she just smiles as she looks at everyone.
じゃ、今日は解散ってことだよね。あー、お腹減った。コンビニに寄って帰ろ。お供します。
What about you, Asuka?
私はもう少し会場に残っていたいです。余韻に浸っていたいというか。そっか。私は腹ペコだと死んじゃうので先に帰りまーす。待ってくださいよ。
Mishiro runs after Misaki. Man, she's walking awfully fast for someone who's supposedly dying of hunger. Um...
美咲ショックだったみたいだね。
Not surprised, she's probably not used to feeling so powerless. Hey, make sure to try and cheer her
わ
up.
かってるけど、ひなたくんもちゃんとしておいてね。
I'll do what I can.
美咲ちゃん、様子が変でしたね。あんな試合を見せられたら変にもなるよ。
I kinda want to get with Asuka, so I think I have to, like, ignore these other girls to be able to do that. Apparently there's a couple of different specific answers you need to do to be able to get with the specific characters, but, I still feel kind of like a dick for doing that, just watching her leave instead of consoling her.
どうしてでしょうか。
Do you really not understand?
はい。
クラシナは大物だな。多分飛沢は神道を目標としていたんだろう。
Wouldn't you be shocked if you just watched your role model lose? And in this case, it seemed like he never even had a chance.
私、あの試合を見ていて興奮しちゃって、空気を読まないことを言ってしまいましたか。あんまり気にしなくていいよ。アスカちゃんは美咲じゃないんだからさ。でも、今からでも追っかけて謝った方が。
Don't bother. It's not like you're doing anything wrong.
そうだぞ。決勝戦は面白い試合だったんだから。そうだろ、マサヤ。
Yeah, too interesting if you ask me. I direct my gaze up at the sky and take a deep breath. I wonder how things will change. In terms of both FC as a whole and our club, I mean. I have this sinking feeling that things will never be the same again. And that makes my heart sting just a little bit. There we go. I land at the school's terminal and look up at the sky. It's as blue as it gets thanks to the summer sun that's shining brightly. Summer's still in full swing, huh? Obviously. The summer tournament may be over, but that doesn't mean that the season is. In fact, it's just getting started. Now that we're done with the tournament, I need to check in on how everyone feels. Otherwise, it'll be hard to figure out how to schedule practice. Most people would feel drained after what happened this weekend, so I've got no right to blame them if they choose to skip out on practice today. Still, I hope they come. And not just because that'd show that they're motivated. I've got a far more personal, selfish reason. I can't express my current emotions properly, but I feel kind of uneasy. So maybe that's why I want to see them. However, I pull out my cell phone and check the time. Guess I got here a bit early. The idea of sitting in the club room all by myself feels a little sad. Honestly, plus I wouldn't want to creep out whoever shows up next. Guess I'll kill some time in the classroom.
コーチ。
Asuka calls out to me right as I enter the sports ground.
今から部活ですか？
No, it's still a little too early for that.
やっぱりそうですかね。
How many chapters are left here? Let me look that up. And it just brings up the anime. Okay, I don't care about the anime adaptation. I'm looking for the game. I don't care about the anime. Fucking Google. Why can I not get a straight answer here? Why does it keep redirecting me to the goddamned anime? I wrote visual novel. Come on! Whatever. I guess we just have to keep playing to figure it out, but I don't think this is going to be the final stream for this tonight. Like, this seems like there's still more to it. Asuka looks a little embarrassed. Were you on your way to our club room?
ちょっとやる気出しすぎでしょうか
Guess I don't have to kill time after all. Should have known she would show up before everyone else, considering the way she acted during that match yesterday. Honestly, the look in Asuka's eyes scared me. She alone was smiling in a situation that made everyone else freeze in terror. She was eerily chipper, and she even said watching the undisputed champion get crushed was fun.
今日の練習は何しましょうかやっぱり試合の後ですし反省会からでしょうか
I don't feel the same fear, even though she seems just as happy right now. And that's because I've realized the scary part of her I witnessed is just childlike innocence, which is her greatest strength. Asuka, what are your thoughts on the tournament? I want to hear your honest opinion. I need to know how she truly feels. I need her to explain why she found the match fun. And maybe, somewhere deep inside my heart, I'm hoping I'm wrong. Maybe I'm hoping she was just acting tough. However...
感想は楽しかったです自分の試合もそしてみんなの試合もびっくりするくらいドキドキしていました最後の試合だってあそこで乾さんと戦っているのがなんで私じゃないんだろうって思ってましたまだそんな選手じゃないことなんて分かってるんですけどね
Normally, this would be a good thing. A player who's brimming with motivation is a coach's wet dream. And yet, I have mixed feelings on the matter. I see. Asuka's probably going to surpass me. And I guess that's what I've been afraid of all along. However, that fear isn't enough to snuff out my desire to watch her grow. How far can she go? Will she eventually reach heights yet unknown?
コーチマサヤさん
Yeah? Asuka is gazing at me with a grave expression on her face. This is
今日
new.
の練習から
A request? She looks me dead in the eye as she says that.
本気で私を鍛えてください
How seriously?
乾さんに勝てるぐらいですそれがどのくらい大変なことかは 指導を私にしてください。お願いします。
I'm torn. Asuka just touched on both of my conflicting emotions. I wonder if she saw through me already. That would explain why her request hit so hard. What should I do? That's right. Asuka is asking me to stand and fight alongside her. Against that monster. Against that higher being who's sneering at FC. I should make the cat ear redeem like 30k because you have 30k and no reason to spend it? I'll have to see about adding more Persona redeems. That way you could use those. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you haven't, like, hit me with the frying pan or sprayed raid at me or something. Like, you use enough of those raid gifts that, I don't know, I thought that abusing me would be something that you would be into. Back in the day, practicing with Aoi-san was crazy, I swear. This is the first time I've mentioned my past to Asuka. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just feels like the right time. I filled every single day with FC to the point where I was in the sky, even in my dreams. I still remember everything. Practice was so tough that my parents were consistently worried sick. Or constantly worried sick. Most of the time you're zoning out or you're not there, and Uwu person says weirder stuff than me now, so... Well then, I guess I'm gonna have to try even harder to be a degenerate, huh?
どんな風にですか?
It started feeling really light as a feather, and then flying became second nature. It was a strange sensation. My body reacted exactly as I wanted it to before I even finished thinking. And thanks to that, I got better at reading and countering my opponent's next moves. I became one with the sky. Oi-san once said that the best Skywalkers often experience that feeling. Until a short while ago, I was afraid to make you suffer through such a harsh practice. But now I know you need it. I turned to directly face Asuka. Asuka.
Hi.
It's gonna be rough. I doubt you'll get more relaxing game-like practice sessions moving forward.
Hi.
We share a soft smile as she says that. Let's do this. We'll beat that monstrous Inui with our own methods. Look, I know it may sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I think the joy of FC brings you with... I think the joy FC brings you will help your growth.
そうなんですか?
Throat's actually starting to get pretty dry. May have to, we'll keep this going for another half hour and then we'll stop. Yeah, that's what I want to tell her that what... Excuse me, fuck. Okay, water time. Let's refill that while we're at it. Also, what did you send me, honey OTU? What do we got here? What the hell happened for this person to have this in their rules? Do not ask or tell me to burp for you? What? Where the hell did you get that from? Also, yeah, I saw the points. I'm more confused about that rule. Like, what the fuck was that?
それは大切ですね.
Yeah. I'll never allow her to hate flying. She's so free of care, so full of joy when she flies, and I want her to stay that way Someone was streaming Persona 5 Royal and that was in their rules? Ah, okay. That is kind of a bizarre thing to specify. Like, I am curious what the previous history was. That's why I'm gonna fight alongside her. I'll protect her so I can see her smile down on us from the highest point of the blue sky. Okay, let's get started.
はい、お願いします、コーチ。
Oh. Episode 6 end.
マサヤさんと私の特訓がスタート。だけど、乾さんはもっともっと強いから、マサヤさんがいろんな対策を考えてるみたいです。このまま秋の大会まで一直線のはずが、突然やってきたある人のために部活は大混乱に。どうなっちゃうんでしょうか。次回、青の彼方のフォーリズム第7話、空を飛ぶ夢。彼方の向こうに何かが見える。
Okay, so if this matches the amount of episodes that are in the anime, there should only be like 5 episodes left. I'm half tempted to stop here, but at the same time I want to keep going another half hour to get further into it. Yeah, let's take another swig of water and we'll push through for another half hour. That way, for sure, we will be able to clear the next chapter next stream. Maybe I should start doing some of these as day streams while I'm on work leave. Just get through this game faster so we can move on to something else. Kinda want to see about checking out Sekiro after we're done with this, so maybe that'll be the next thing on the list. I close my fingers, then raise my hands. With that done, I push my left leg forward to take the first step, then move to my right one back to kick off the ground. After that, I shift my center of gravity just a little forward to get ready to assume a forward-leaning posture as soon as I take off. Next, I take a deep breath. And I slowly repeat the process several times as I imagine the sight of oxygen flowing through my body. The wind direction has changed. There is now a light tailwind stroking my neck. Finally, I open my closed eyes and prepare to shout the most important word to me. Fly.
Hi, Hinata-kun! Hinata-kun! 寝てんのかこらコーチ起きろ
Huh? Oh. Sorry, is practice over already?
まだ今ちょうど労養用に切り替えたとこ
I see. Sorry for falling asleep. Come on, get it together, Messiah.
いやむしろ心配だよひなたくん部長になったからってちょっと頑張りすぎじゃないの
Nah, I'm fine, I swear. I just didn't get enough sleep.
その寝不足が問題だって言ってんのよもうここ数日ずっと夜通しでアスカちゃんの試合の検証やってるんでしょ
Well, yeah. I've been doing that every day after practice. It's almost second nature now. True story, your grandma found a DS game in the grass in her yard. She gave it to your mom, who then gave it to you. I actually have a similar story like that, and I actually still have the game, too. My uncle actually found a copy of Pokemon Ranger in an alleyway. Thing looked like it was chewed up by an animal, but it still played. Like, the, tag on the front of the cartridge is kind of torn as well, but, he gave that to my brother, then my brother ended up giving it to me, and, to this day, that is the only Pokemon game I have ever played. Like, never got into the series, but, played that game to completion. I actually enjoyed it for what it was, but it was kind of weird. You, like, you don't use Pokeballs in it. There's, like, this, weird, like, spinning thing that you use to circle them and capture them. And the Pokemon are only, like, one-use Pokemon. You don't get to keep them. You release them after each use. So like I said, weird game, but it was cool that my uncle was able to find that. Actually wondering what a game like that is worth in today's market. Like, old Pokemon games are pretty expensive, aren't they? Yeah, it probably wouldn't be as expensive since it's, like, torn up, but, $70, that's kind of reasonable. I mean, that's about the price of a new game these days. Amazing, the game that your grandma found was Super Mario 64 DS? Oh, I actually have that as well. I, actually, stole that from an old friend of mine back in the day. Like, for a while, he, wanted to borrow my, Naruto Ninja Council 4 game, and I borrowed Mario from him. He ended up giving the Naruto game back to me, and, I just kept Mario in the end. I could justify that action, though, because the guy turned out to be an asshole. Fuck you, Mark, if you're out there. You're still a bitch-ass motherfucker. I draft up strategies on the whiteboard, and after getting home, I tried them out myself. I've been trying to keep it on the down low, but I guess Madoka's caught on. Don't tell Asuka, she'll start worrying.
そりゃあまあ分かってるけど、でもコーチが先に倒れちゃ育つものも育たないよ。
Huh, you got a point there. Okay, I'll be more careful. Now, let's go check up on them.
あ、こら、その言い方聞いてないやつ。
Yeah, I kinda wasn't Madoka, both in-game and out. Talking about stealing DS games. A few days after the summer tournament, we have a meeting to decide our goals for the fall tournament. Okay, go ahead, Miss Kagami.
よし、全員揃ったな。
はーい。
それではミーティングを開催する。青柳妹。
Here's a weird question for you guys. What do you think about putting cinnamon on popcorn? It's an idea that I've thought about for a while, but I've never actually tried it yet. Think that would be a good topping?
議題に沿って進めてくれ。
わかりました。
Doing what? Putting cinnamon on popcorn as a topping. Think that would be good, or you think that would be, weird?
それでは最初の議題、部長交代についてです。
In most sports clubs, seniors retire after the summer tournament, since they have to focus on graduating. Now that the tournament is over, a new president has been chosen from among the sophomores.
事前にお知らせしていた通り、新部長は日向雅也くんがなるということで、皆様異論ありませんでしょうか？
Maybe you don't know? Well, I'm gonna try that later on tonight.
異議なーし。賛成です。それしかないですもんね。
The election of our new club president takes only a few seconds. Sounds delicious. Well, I'll let you guys know firsthand how it tastes after I do it. Let's not change the way you address me. We'll keep calling Prez Prez, too.
おう、そうだな。青柳は2人もいるしな。
He has a point, but more than anything, calling him Shion-san just doesn't feel right. Prez suits him best.
しかし、選挙もなくそのまま決まっちゃいましたね。
What, you wanna run?
私が部長になった FC 部。
Actually forget it. That spelled disaster for us.
ひどくありませんそれ。
はいはい、それぐらいにしておけ。今日は大切な議題が控えてるんだからな。
はーい。
Got it. Right. Me becoming the new president is small
さて
potatoes.
夏の大会も終わり、次は秋の大会に向けて練習を開始するわけだが、ここでその目標を決めたいと思う。マサヤ、方針を聞かせてくれるか？
Of course. I stand up and face everyone. Our goal for the summer tournament was finishing in the top 8, which we barely missed. It'll be buttery and sweet, just like pancakes? You know, talking about sweet popcorn, I kind of want to get myself some caramel corn. Maybe I'll make some caramel corn. It can't be too hard, just drizzle the stuff and then, Actually, how would you get that to adhere to it? Would you freeze the popcorn, or air dry it, maybe? I'll look up a recipe later on. Now I want caramel corn. I point at the tournament bracket sheet that's up on the whiteboard. Way I see it, part of the reason for this is the bad luck we had. Buy a box from the store? Well, that's true, but if I decide to pop some and just buy caramel, melt it down, I could just have more to go around. Also, caramel corn is fucking expensive. It's like 10 bucks for one of those small pissant bags. Like, I can only imagine how much the family-sized ones are, if they have them. Like, they probably upcharge you a shit ton. Like, hell, they have Reese's popcorn, where it's like Reese's peanut butter cup that's melted onto it. I think that's $15 a bag last time I checked. In other words, we're definitely good enough to finish much higher. That being the case, I want to set... excuse me, fuck. I want to set getting top 4 as our goal. Thoughts?
じゃあまずは美咲から。うへ、なんで私から？最初に目があったから。ってこらこら、今さら目背けて逃げるんじゃないよ。
Misaki, just give up already.
言うよ言うよ。
Have I tasted bacon-flavored cotton candy? It's sweet. You had it before? You see, I'm not one of the types of people who likes to put bacon on everything. Like, I'll eat bacon with eggs, but, yeah, I'm not really keen on putting bacon on everything. Well, actually, the only other thing that I've really used bacon on as a topping is, potato soup.
今回はベスト4狙いでいいんじゃないかな。で、次の大会でもう一個上を狙うってことで。
Huh, didn't expect you to sound so beat.
まあ、ああいうの見せられちゃあね。
Yeah, I totally get where she's coming from. Shindo-san, who seemed unbeatable to us, got demolished. I can't blame her for feeling a little gun-shy after that.
じゃあ、マシラッチ。私は、美咲先輩と同じかな。
Speaking of guns, I'm getting my FRT. Yippee! You can voice your own opinion, you know.
だって、部活全体の目標ってことですよね。私にはわかんないです。
I guess that's true, plus Mashiro isn't really in the same league as the top players right now, so it's hard to ask her for more. Still, it wouldn't kill her to be a little more motivated. Alright, you go next, Prez.
元部長ね。
おお、心は今でも部長だ。
Your mother puts bacon on bean soup? Like what and bean soup? Or is it just beans? That's, I'm not really a big bean person. Like, I enjoy ham and bean soup, but, yeah, just straight bean soup, that doesn't sound very appealing. Anyway, what do you think,
も
Prez?
ちろん優勝だ。
Beans in a soup? Okay, so it's just beans. Yeah, that, I don't think I would care for that much.
と言いたいところだが、この夏の戦いぶりからすればベスト4目標。
Like whenever I
次の
get
夏で優勝を狙うのが妥当だろうな。
whenever I get carne asada, I usually just tell them to double up on rice and just forego the beans. I think the only time that I can really get away with having beans is probably in a burrito, but that's kind of an out of sight, out of mind deal, and you got so much other stuff in there. You got the cheese, you got the lettuce, you got the meat, you got the salsa in there, like all the other stuff combined with that, it kind of masks the flavor of the beans. And actually, beans don't really have that much flavor to begin with, I don't think. It's kind of just like, hold that thought. Okay, I may need to see about repositioning this other TV. I keep seeing stuff moving in the background, and then there's nothing there. I'm like... it's making me feel a little paranoid. But, yeah, anyway, beans. Not a whole lot of flavor in beans, at least the ones that I've had, anyway. Okay, what the fuck is that now? As soon as I see something moving behind me, nothing there, I suddenly hear a fucking bang upstairs. What the goddamn fuck? Is God playing a prank on me? Why do you hate me so much? Why are you putting me on edge? Grab my gun quickly. I have 2 guns with me right now. I've got a pistol on either side of me. You've had lentil soup before, and it had bacon. Oh, well, if you add the bacon to it, then that... that'd probably spruce things up a bit. But yeah, just bean soup. I still don't see the appeal in that. Good job, Prez. You've given the most realistic take so far. Before I move to the last person, I pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Last but not least, what are your thoughts, Asuka?
はい。私は
Asuka pauses for a moment, as if she is gathering her resolve.
乾さんに勝ちたいです。
I see. I was trying to confirm if she still felt the same as she did the day of the summer, or the day after the summer tournament. Seems she hasn't wavered one bit.
そうか。かなりの難関だな、それは。
それでもやりたいです、私。アスカすごいね。あんなすごいのに勝つ気なんだ。もちろん、これからすごく頑張らないといけませんけど。私なんか、そもそも頑張ろうとも思えないですから。
Yeah, maybe you should work on that.
まあでも仮に今回ダメだったとしても次の夏の大会まで時間があるんだしね。
飛沢、今なんて言った？
次の夏の大会もあるしって今私何か変なこと言いました？
いや、普通ならそうなんだけどな。でも乾咲に関して言えばそれは間違いだろう。
Stan Pines, that's why I own 10 guns, in case some maniac tries to sneak in a ladder. Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines in Gravity Falls.
どうしてですか？
世界に行くからだよ。
世界。
Also, gotta respect a felon for putting himself at risk like that. Like, yeah, thanks to the stupid laws out there, you can't own one even after you've paid your debt to society. Of course, Stan is a repeat offender, so, yeah, maybe the punishment is justified.
乾はおそらくこの秋を制したらそれを土産にして日本から旅立つだろう。 目指すは世界一だ。
でもそれって推測ですよね。
国内で誰も寄せつけずに2連覇した選手がそのままもう1年もいてくれると思うか？しかもあの乾咲だぞ。
Makes sense. I asked Oi-san and Shirase-san to look into Karyu Academy right after the summer tournament. They couldn't find much, but they did learn that the Avalon Group, an international grav shoes manufacturer, is involved in management. In other words, Karyu Academy is just a front for a international corporation. Her playstyle overturns all existing concepts of FC, and she's backed by a giant company. Add those together, and it's clear that Japan is just Inui-san's starting point. That's why I'm sure Aoi-san's right on the money.
乾の強さはみんなも知っている通りだ。生半可なやり方では軽くひねられておしまいだろう。
じゃあどうすりゃいいんですか？
そこから先は新部長が言うさ。な。
Yeah. I take in everyone's faces. If we want to beat Inui, I'll have to mainly focus on training a single player.
一人の選手、一番勝てそうな選手をってことですか？
そうだ。技術、センス、そして何よりも気持ちの面で乾に負けないやつだ。
Okay, so this is where we choose, I guess.
みんなをまんべんなく育ててってのはできないんですか？
Well, we're going to pick Asuka because kinda want to romance her over all these other girls. Like, I think in order it would be Asuka, then Mashiro, then Masaki, and then Ichinose. Oh wait, no, Ichinose, then Masaki. Like, yeah, Masaki's last on the list.
来年の夏まで時間があるならできたかもな。この秋までじゃ
Apparently
時間が
there's
な
a
さすぎ
true
る。
ending you can unlock for romancing all of them, so,
そういうことだったら
yeah, we may have a lot of Aokana in the future. Like, once we get through our initial playthrough, we're gonna take a pretty big break from this for a while, and then we'll just tie up loose ends on a much later occasion, probably after we do a couple of Souls-likes. Misaki speaks up.
アスカしかいないんじゃないかな。
Misaki.
現実3回戦まで進んだのはアスカだけだしね。それに勝ちたいって言ったのも一人だけだったし。美咲ちゃん、美咲、本当にそれでいいの？いいよー。私は美咲先輩がそれでいいのなら。
Okay, yeah, this TV has to go. I keep seeing things.
先生、質問があります。
なんだ？言ってみろ。
本当にアスカちゃんに集中して練習するって目標でいいんでしょうか？現実的にベスト4を目標にするって方向も考えてみた方がいいんじゃ。
ベスト4ぐらいなら取れるよ。そこ。
マジですか？
夏の大会、はっきり言ってしまえば新藤と乾、この2人がずば抜けていた。ここにだが今回は新藤がいない。他にも有力選手はいるが、倉科と飛沢、有坂が出たとして誰一人としてベスト4に残らないとは考えにくい。
でも優勝するにはこのままだと厳しいんですよね。
そういうことだ。能力はもちろんのこと、目標、そしてモチベーションの高さが求められる。
And the only player we have that meets all those conditions is Asuka.
だからこれは選択なんだ。強い選手から目を背けるか向かい合うか。前者
乾さんに勝つためには厳しい内容になる。
そういうことだ。どうだ？ 望むならばもう一度ケツを取るが。
I run my eyes over everyone's faces. However, no one seems to be objecting at all.
本当に私でいいんでしょうか？
Asuka asks us that in a bewildered tone. Everyone here has decided to back you, so the decision is yours.
はい、それはそうですけど。
This is clearly what she wants, but it seems she's worried about having to live up to everyone's expectations.
クラシナ、
はい。
お前は青柳兄の夢を聞いたことがあるか？
部長のですか？聞いたこと
だそうだ。聞かせてやってくれないか、青柳。
マジですか？
構わん。今はその夢が必要なんだ。
はい。俺の夢ってのはな、砂浜 FC 部の地区大会優勝。
おお。うわ。
I didn't know that, Prez.
なあ、まあ部そのものがない頃の夢だからな。無謀すぎるって笑われもしたよ。
でも今はそれが叶うかもしれない。
Boy-san smiles at Asuka as she says that.
青柳兄は残念ながらもう引退だ。しかし卒業するまでの間に夢を叶えることはできる。
私が秋の大会で優勝すれば。
そういうことだ。来年の夏ではできないからな。
わかりました。
Asuka shifts her gaze between Prez and Oi-san.
私やってみます。
Then she makes that bold declaration.
しな、ありがとうよ。気持ちだけで俺は嬉しいよ。
兄ちゃん、そこで気持ちだけとか言っちゃったら戦う前から諦めてるみたいに聞こえるってば。
そうだ。クラシナ、俺は信じてるからな。
はい、頑張ります。
じゃあ決まりだな。
With that, Oi-san gets
で
up.
は砂浜 FC 部は秋の大会に向けてクラシナを集中的に鍛える方針を取ることにする。以上だ。
And that's what happened. Explains why I'm mainly focused on Asuka, right? I mean, I'm obviously still working with Misaki and Mashiro, but I'm paying a lot less attention to them at the moment. Which honestly feels a little wrong. I know we made the decision as a team, but I can't help but question if that's really the right choice. And this is where we are going to save and shut down for the night. Alright, so later on today, we are going to get back into more Resident Evil 4 Remake. That should be around 6 o'clock, 6:30 Central Time. Also, Saturday, we are going to be doing more Stellar Blade, and finally bought the bullet and decided to get that A2 outfit, so we're probably going to be featuring that for the next playthrough. As for Saturday during the day, we're going to be starting up Lament of Innocence. I'm kind of already Retrovania'd out at the moment. So, yeah. Plan on one of the 3D Castlevania games. I'm going to be starting those up before going back to the retro stuff again. Then, on Sunday, we are going to be doing Final Fantasy IX, as well as more Shin Megami Tensei. But this is going to be it for this stream. Thank you for tuning in. Jedi Otter, Lesser Prodigy, Delilah Dragon, Uwu Person, and Honey OTU. Hopefully I will see more of you guys online. And with that being said, here in the stream, until next time, stay groovy. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, let's raid.